Before the beginning of the hero's journey in Fight Club, the hero first experiences a brief false journey. In this false journey, the hero successfully follows through with the phases of the call, but stops at the beginning of the crossing over and begins his real hero's journey. Before starting the real hero's journey, it is necessary to briefly explain the false journey that the main character experiences at the beginning of the movie.
The narrator, who we will call Jack, lived a very boring life. His days were filled with monotonous work, always slouching over a computer or a copy machine. His nights were filled with flashy, loud television and staring at blank walls. Jack had not slept for 6 months, suffering from insomnia, which he could not attribute to stress or people or anything in particular. His doctor told him to attend a meeting for the support group for recovering testicular cancer patients, so he could see real pain. So he did. Among other people, Jack met Bob, a man whose estrogen levels skyrocketed in reaction to testosterone treatments. This caused him to grow large breasts. Bob, throughout Jack's false journey, acts as a guide or aid. He coaxes Jack into crying at the support group, and every time Jack cried, he found he could sleep at night. Jack became addicted to support groups. He began attending several meetings a week. Even though he had none of those diseases, he slept after going to each one. Then, after a year, a woman begins to appear in Jack's groups. He can tell that, like him, this woman is faking it. Her name is Marla Singer. Because she reflected him and made him realize his obscene addiction, he could no longer sleep after her appearance. In desperate need for sleep, he convinces her to split the week with him.
You're a tourist.
So are you.
I need this. I need this.
Maybe I need this.
I'll expose you.
I'll expose you.
I'll take brain parasites, you take blood parasites.
I want both parasites.
Fine. I'll take bowel cancer.
Bowel cancer is my favorite.
Testicular cancer.
I want testicular cancer too. Who cares? It soothes me.
Fine. Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I get Thursdays and Fridays.
During the initial meeting, in which Jack confronts her and tells her to leave, she says, "I'll expose you," which symbolizes and foreshadows her role as an aide throughout Jack's real journey.
The call of the story begins on an airplane. On a return flight home, Jack meets Tyler Durden.
See, the only problem I have with these books is they create the illusion of comfort. We're consumed by our own consumerism.
What do you do for a living?
Why? So you can pretend to care?
No, I mean, I just, it's just a nice thing to say.
I make soap! Did you know that the byproduct of soap is nitroglycerin? If you add a little bit of sawdust, blow up a whole building. Or 5.
What's your name?
Tyler Durden.
Tyler Durden ultimately represents everything that Jack wishes he could be. He is charming, intelligent, influential, and above all, Tyler is interesting. We know that Tyler gives the call because Jack spends the entire movie trying to change his life. Jack accepts the call after he lands in the airport and travels home to discover that his apartment has mysteriously exploded.
Debris that used to be your furniture and personal effects blows out of your floor-to-ceiling windows and sails flaming into the night.
Hello? I can hear you breathing.
Voicemail.
Ring! Ring! Who's this?
Is this Tyler?
Who's this?
Guy you met in the plane.
Oh, right!
My apartment exploded.
I exploded?
Do you want to go do something?
Yeah, meet me at this bar.
Tyler convinces Jack after they leave the bar that they should get in a fight to learn more about themselves and one another. As other people leave the bar, they notice these fights and become interested and ask if they can participate. This was the original formation of Fight Club. It was never intended to be a terrorist organization, but only as a way to relieve stress by fighting. There are 2 guides in the story. Marla Singer, whose role as a guide carries over into the real journey, is the only thing in his life that does not constantly change and shift. In order to explain her role, we have to spoil the end of the movie. Tyler Durden and Jack are the same person. Jack spends most of the movie in a schizophrenic state, not realizing that every time he watches Tyler command the members of Fight Club, Project Mayhem, or fighting people, it was actually him. Every time that Jack speaks to Tyler, he is actually all alone and is talking to himself. Marla's role as a guide depends upon Jack's obliviousness, because she eventually helps him realize that Tyler is not real. The sequence of events in which this occurs will be explained later in the presentation. Tyler Durden is also Jack's guide throughout the journey by leading him throughout the formation of Fight Club and Project Mayhem, although Jack doesn't realize this until he discovers Tyler's identity and realizes that he was responsible for the entire journey. Marla Singer's gift to Jack is her previously mentioned statement that she would expose him. This reflects on the end of the story in which she uncovers Tyler's identity. Tyler gives Jack the gift of letting go of his old life through underground fighting. Fighting is the foundation of the story and gives Jack a new life.
The zone of magnified power is Tyler's abandoned waste pit of a house. By going here and staying after the explosion of his apartment, it symbolizes his permanent change in life simply by changing his lifestyle. By eliminating his consumerism through living in a house that barely supplies basic needs, he has eliminated himself. This begins his new identity and his rebirth as Tyler Durden. Here he is tempted by Marla and the Fight Club Army, otherwise known as Project Mayhem. He crosses over when Tyler forces Jack to accept death.
Why?
Other hand.
What the heck? Ah! Gee! God!
To not fear death. You have to accept it.
Jesus, Tyler, okay!
The first trial, Marla and Tyler start a relationship. The second trial, Tyler and Jack form Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club, you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club, you do not talk about Fight Club. Third rule of Fight Club, if someone says stop, goes limp, or taps out, the fight is over. Fourth rule of Fight Club, there are 2 men to a fight. Fifth rule, there's 1 fight at a time. Sixth rule of Fight Club, no shirt, no shoes. Seventh rule of Fight Club, a fight will go on as long as it has to. And rule 8, if it's your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight. Third trial, Tyler and Jack steal human fat from the dumps behind the liposuction clinic to make soap and sell it to department stores. The fourth trial, Tyler holds a young man at gunpoint and threatens to kill him unless he follows his dreams.
What's your name?
John!
What's your dream?
I don't know.
Do you want to be a cashier for the rest of your life?
No?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A veterinarian.
Are you in school?
No?
If you aren't in veterinarian school, in 6 weeks, I'm gonna kill you!
Okay.
The fifth trial, Jack becomes more and more committed to Fight Club and gradually starts slacking off. He goes to confront his boss and beats himself up and makes it look like he was in a fight with his boss.
Oh God, no, please, no! For some reason, I thought of my first fight with Tyler.
Trial number 6. Tyler creates Project Mayhem, which is an evolution of Fight Club. They're becoming more and more of a terrorist group and start vandalizing public buildings. Tyler recruits lots of soldiers and begins to dehumanize them. Trial 7. Bob dies on a homework assignment given by Tyler.
What's going on? What happened here?
He was shot in the back of the head.
Why?
It was a homework assignment. Tyler signed it.
Where's Tyler?
He's gone. We have to bury him.
No, stop! Oh, he's not an object, he's a person. His name was Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Paulson!
Jack is devastated. He travels the country trying to find Tyler.
Tyler! 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 Tyler!
And finds instead a lot of groups of soldiers, much like his own.
What are you doing back so soon?
What do you mean?
We were here this last Thursday.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were. You were giving us our homework assignments.
Who do you think I am?
Tyler Durden.
Trial 8. Jack calls Marla and asks her if they have ever been in a relationship. She gets really confused, says that yes, they had, and he asks her what she thinks his name is.
What did you just call me? Say my name.
Tyler Durden. Tyler Durden.
Trial 9. Tyler suddenly appears and says that Marla knows too much, and that she is messing up everything. Tyler suggests that they take care of her.
I told you not to mention me. I told you one thing. Not to mention me to Marla.
I don't understand what is going on.
Do you not understand? Do you not get it? You're psycho. I'm in your head. I am you.
No! Jack overcomes each trial by following Tyler's lead, even though he doesn't agree with him. He learns how severely messed up Tyler's moral code is and how twisted he is. He also learns that he and Tyler are the same person. The final act of Project Mayhem is the final battle. Tyler arranges bombs, put in by the members of Project Mayhem, created from his soap bombs, into 5 major credit card buildings. Tyler believes that if he erases all debt records, everyone will have to start at ground zero, and everyone will be equal. Jack successfully cuts out one of the bombs in one of the buildings, and then gets in a fight with Tyler.
Oh, jeez.
Tyler eventually captures him, but Jack gets the gun from him.
I don't think you can, seeing how I'm going to blow up all those buildings that you're looking at, just like that.
And I'm tied up. But since you're me, and you have the gun, doesn't that mean I have the gun? I can stop you, Tyler. Just like this.
Jack survives with a wound to the face, and then the members of Project Mayhem bring in Marla.
What's the big idea?
Oh, guys, let her go. Let her go.
What's wrong with your face?
Oh, God, that's a long story. I'll tell you later. Guys, go away. Marla, stay. Marla, you stay. Everyone else, go.
The transformation takes place when he kills Tyler, and also when Marla enters the room, and he tells her that everything is going to be fine. Jack's transformation has to occur after Tyler's death, because the death of Tyler is what frees his mind from Tyler's identity, and allows Jack to return to his regular self. Jack's gift at the end of the story is his consciousness returned to him, and his state of mind. He's experienced an epiphany, realizing the balance between committing to society and living freely. This gift changes Jack because he no longer has to deal with the influence of Tyler Durden. This also shows the maturity of Jack. Although Jack doesn't have a family in the movie, he is reunited with Marla when the quest ends. He reemerges as a normal person, one that is kind and controlled. The quest ends with Jack and Marla holding hands, watching the buildings burn to the ground, the last of Tyler's legacy, leaving them.